Okay, so this is a pretty quiet room at the minute. The players have just gone out for training. Always a good sign when this room's quiet and the man to my right here is unemployed. We're just going to give you a little bit of a, I was only joking there, we're just going to give you a little bit of a fitness update. So look, someone's told me 10,000 steps a day, Nick. 12,000 on Sunday.
Yep.
A little bit of that involved the car.
Yep.
18,000 on Monday.
Yep.
14,500 Tuesday.
Yep.
What do you reckon?
Not bad. Depends how fast you're going, doesn't it? I suppose.
Brisk walk?
What do you call a brisk walk?
Well,
we'll have to get you in the gym and put you
there's
through
a bit
paces.
of a story about walking, but we won't go there. If you want to take me on a walking, it's about the only thing I can do.
Okay. Not a problem.
It's not bad, is it?
Well, it's not too bad, yeah.
I'll live with
Again,
that.
I want to see the pace you go at, to be honest with you.
Okay, alright, well we'll do that later. That's a challenge I can take up.
Not a problem.
More serious matters. Good that the room's empty.
Yeah, really good. Since we've been here, the boys have obviously worked hard, but no injuries picked up since we've been away, and it's been really good so far, yeah.
Now look, it's really quiet now, but I've been sitting outside doing some work for the last hour and I've seen a constant stream of players in and out of this room. It's been a crazy hour. Tell me, or tell the supporters, what a typical day's like. I suppose today is typical of many training days.
Definitely 8:45 to 9:45, I call it the power hour. It's non-stop in here. The boys, they have their own routines, they know what they need to get themselves ready for training, whether it's different strappings, different parts of their bodies, ankles, knees. They might need their blisters covered up. Poor young Dylan Williams had a schoolboy error, had brand new trainers day one of pre-season, so he's suffering with a couple of blisters that we're having to look after him with. But other than that, no, they're all good. It's just a busy time, you know, just preparing them, getting them out, massages. But then once they go out, I can concentrate on working with the rehab players.
So look, the fans want a little insight whenever we talk to staff. So go on, player who never wants to come in. I know no one ever wants to come in the physio room, but the player you can't pin down in there, the player who you never see.
Luke Berry is Josh Coulson again. Those boys, you can you might notice something, a challenge in a game. How's that today? Yeah, that's fine. Can't feel a thing. Yeah. And they're quick to palm it off because they don't want to have any involvement with me at all. They're not interested in what I've got.
Yeah, Luke Berry's always been like that, like a rubber ball, bounces up.
Yeah.
And if you say to Luke, "How you feeling? You feeling tired?" No.
Yeah.
How do you feel out of 10? 10. Just wants to play.
Absolutely. There's been a couple of times where I thought that must hurt. I've gone to have a look at him and he's like, no, I'm fine, Nick. I'm fine, Nick. And then I watch him hobble off with a bag of ice. Come back in here, let me have a look at you.
Well, back in the tougher days when he was carrying the team, the fans will remember we had skull caps on for him when he had cuts and he had an ankle injury that was going to keep him out for the season, and he played 2 weeks later.
He still asks me to pack that skull cap every week.
Does he?
I still take it away with me just in case he gets a knock, because he, you know, that if the day I have to take him off for a head injury, hopefully that doesn't happen, touch wood. But if I had to, I think it would be a case of trying to drag him off the pitch, to be honest with you.
100%. Worst?
Most needy?
Yeah, most needy. Need your TLC the most? You can't say, can you?
No, not really. Greg, I'll tell you what, I'll put him in it now. Greg Taylor, since he's come back from his injury, we've got quite a set routine, and he knows his routine, and he's quite specific about it. So I spend a lot of time with Greg just working on him to get him through and get him out on the pitch, which he's perfectly fine and doing really well for his rehab. But I don't know if I'd use the words needy.
Go on, give us a little insight, because you've had 3 players there, Greg Taylor, Connor Newton and obviously Barry Court, that have had long-term injuries. Yeah. And that's tough for a player, but it's also a challenge for yourself. Talk to us about the sort of routines and what they've been through in the last few months. And Barry's obviously still at the end part of his rehab.
It is tough. It's tough for all of them. I think the group of players here and staff here are really good, so they manage to keep the boys' spirits high when they're as high as they can. And there are some, not dark days, but there are some days where the boys are low, and you have to really work that out. You know, is it a day you're going to let them be low for a couple of hours, because they might need that a little bit, and then when you're going to get them going, when you're going to fire them up. But credit to all of those injured players. They've all worked really hard, and they've pushed each other on, and they've come through it really well. So Greg and Connor, you know, I'm really pleased with the way they've progressed through, and they're both completing training sessions pain-free now.
Yeah.
And it's just a question of cracking on with Barry now, keep on doing the right things. And the other thing is, I don't think people realise how hard they work when they're injured. the days are longer, the days are tougher, the days are more grueling because they're not getting that fitness work out on the pitch. So they do all their treatment, gym stuff, injury specific work in the morning. Then in the afternoon, they're with me in the gym again, working on their aerobic capacity, their strength, the bits that they're missing out on the pitch. How can we get that out of them? Whether it's in the swimming pool, on a watt bike, how can we get that, keep that fitness up? And they've all been accredited themselves.